Hey, it looks like we've got a few people joining. Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome for joining. For those of you on the West Coast, good morning. My name is Kerry Moore. I am a senior specialist solutions architect, and I'm going to be walking you through a demo on, a conversation on Unity Catalog. We'll have our guests from USCIS join us, and then I'll give you a demo on Unity Catalog. As part of just getting started, we like to remind people, we've muted all your lines just to reduce the background noise. But if you want to ask questions, please use the Q&A part, and we'll have people who can answer your questions in the Zoom menu. Please take a moment to answer the polling questions on your screen, and we'll give another minute. And then the recording and slides will be shared within 48 hours of the event. That's a common question. Let's get started. All right. So today's agenda, like I said, my name is Kerry Moore. I'm a specialist solution architect with Databricks. I'll be covering the data governance challenges and an overview of the data intelligence platform. We're going to be joined by Puru Shrestha and Kristen Nero, who are going to discuss the customer story with USCIS. I'll then go through a demonstration of our Unity catalog, and then we'll do an audience Q&A with myself and Puru and Kristen. With that said, let's get started. All right. Today, data and AI governance is complex. On the left, you'll see that you have many different data consumers. You have the data analysts, the engineers, you have the machine learning engineer, and then you have various applications like BI dashboards or web services. Each of these components can leverage different parts of your data, but they can also require different types of governance. So for the Delta Lake, you need to provide permissions on files. For the warehouse, you have to monitor the table's access and who has access to that data and schema. On the models, who has access to the models and what do they have access to for that model to return? And then for BI dashboards, right, are you basically providing and controlling the data as it's being presented to users? All of these cause a lot of different complexity. So there's a fragmented view of your data estate. Everybody knows if I have different sources of data, I have different places to locate it. It's also increased data. So basically, as I have more and more data out there and more ways to secure it, it becomes more and more difficult to be able to track and understand where that data is and how it's being controlled. Incomplete monitoring. So these manifest themselves in two ways. So one, with data quality, you want to make sure that the data that you're presenting to your end users is fitting the need, but you also want to make sure that there's nothing out there that's not being protected or controlled with that governance. And then finally, with data sharing. So a lot of organizations have dealt with the extract that their third-party vendor or another organization shares with them. That is something else that they have to maintain. They have to integrate that in their environment. So it's mostly nice to be able to provide a Delta share or a data sharing capability within your governance solution. And organizations need a unified approach. We were just discussing this the other day with another customer. Basically, they have lots of different silos of data. Each of the different organizations are creating their own data sets, but they're all creating some of the similar data sets. And it really is difficult, more and more difficult, to try to bring that all together into one unified view. What Databricks, though, does provide you an access to your data on an open data lake. And what we mean by that is that we use open source formats on your object stores in your cloud. And then with our Delta Lake and Uniform, what we're actually going to do is combine many of the open source data formats for Parquet, primarily Delta and Iceberg, and be able to have that in one common presentation for your open data lake. Unity Catalog, which obviously is going to be the topic of discussion today, provides a single place to monitor, manage, and control all of your data and access within one place. We've introduced the data intelligence engine. This is incorporating AI that many people are now leveraging for many different ways. We've incorporated this data intelligence engine to actually take advantage of the information in your Unity catalog and help improve user access, as well as being able to find data in your organization. And again, it's all part of our Databricks stack, which includes one common view to your AI, your ETL and data processing, orchestration and workflows across the data environment, as well as AI and BI with the Databricks SQL interface. So how does Unity Catalog unlock value? It provides a unified visibility into your data and AI. This helps to accelerate your innovation. So if users are not having to silo data, they're not having to get a different processor or find their different data in different locations for whether they're modeling the data, whether they're using it for ETL or data analytics. If it's all in one place, you can share that data across the organization and use it. You can also reduce that platform complexity because now all of my data is in one place and I don't have to copy all the different data to different places to use it. And also mitigate risk and compliance. So if I only have one copy of the data, only one place to manage and secure it, I can mitigate that risk and ensure the compliance by making it easier to control that data. And then also collaborate. So if I have all that data in one place, or if I also provide the ability to share it, I can use the data internally easier and faster, but I can also share it with my external users without having them have to constantly understand what the latest copy of the data is. One of our highlighted customers here is Amgen. So when they used, they had the Hive Metastore, they were using lots of different controls, the Glue and IAM. All of these different pieces were a lot of difficulty in being able to secure that data. When they used Databricks and the Unity catalog, they were able to improve the efficiency by 50%. So basically, when you're auditing that data, trying to track the location, who's using it, what lineage took to get that data created, that is actually a large cost savings that they were able to improve by being able to access and implement those audits that much faster. And then obviously, because you're reducing that data and also making it more available, you're reducing those Databricks costs as well. We have a simple interface for managing permissions and auditing. We'll be showing a lot of this in our in our demo. But you have also fine-grained access controls. So I can control whether I'm filtering rows or whether I'm controlling or masking columns. And I have the only solution for end-to-end data governance and AI. So if I'm creating data, constantly processing that data and using that data for my models, I can actually see the lineage from that data source creation all the way to model completion, and also monitor that data as it's feeding that model over time, as well as the model responses, and making sure that I'm tracking model drift or keeping track of how that model and data continue to be quality controlled and monitored. Centralized search and discovery. This is one of my favorite things. I can go to the right top of the Databricks UI. I can type in a search, and it can be a full contextual search. So it doesn't have to be exactly as the table name is defined. I just can search for the data, and it will use my tags, other descriptions, and other pieces of information that have been curated on top of that data to help me find that data, me and your end users find that data quickly. We also have a marketplace, and this is growing every day. But what we do is we provide providers, people who have created or curated data sets, and this could be just the data itself. It could be data along with notebooks or somehow use cases, and also actually data and AI models. So if you wanted to quick start the, say, maybe finding a customer or quick start a recommendation engine, this could actually be shared with you on our marketplace. And then that way the consumers can find that data. So whether it's like a third party like Bloomberg or AccuWeather, or even images and stuff like that that we're getting. And then this also allows you to share that data, but not require both the consumer or the provider to be a Databricks customer to be able to use it. AI models, again, this is another great feature of that marketplace, but I can provide both notebooks as well as training data, as well as the models themselves, as well for you to create your own AI and ML off of these different types of focus areas. And all you need to do is search for the type of applications you're looking for. And that model, if it's available, will be provided to you in the marketplace. Databricks provides Lineage, so this is automated. So as you create that data and curate that data in Databricks, it will record the source data, what transformations occurred along the way. And then lastly, as we mentioned, you'll be able to actually see the model that's sourced from that either that feature set and that data set and how that is processed into the model. And also AI-powered monitoring and observability. So when you're using our Lakehouse monitoring product, what that will do is it'll track your data over time in batch, or actually with a model and model drift, be able to track how that data is changing over time. So is it getting worse, getting better, staying the same? You can even introduce alerts across your different metrics that you want to watch, so folks can know if the data records didn't show up one day, or the nulls or the data that was being populated has declined, or the model seems to be going and performing worse over time. You don't have to watch that on your own. You can actually set up alerts to do that for you. And then Databricks Assistant, this is really cool. Basically, I can type an English language request here, and it'll generate things like queries. It can actually do things like generate Plotly dashboards. It can do all sorts of things as long as it understands the language that you're asking for, like Python or the libraries. Because all of that is open sourced and pretty well indexed, it's now very easy for you to ask it of questions, and it'll even fix your code and find and help along the way. And then again, we'll show this in the demo, but we have AI generated documentation. So it's going to read across your metadata and be able to, assuming that's all English kind of information, it'll be able to determine whether kind of what that data is and does and what it's kind of providing. And so then you can actually either accept or edit this or even add more information as you want. Okay, so that's pretty much our overview of Unity Catalog. For now, I'm going to turn it over to Puru and Kristen, who are going to walk you through the modernization journey with Unity Catalog at USCIS. Kristen.
Yeah, hi. Nice to see everyone. Kristen Nero here with Databricks. And really, I just want to ask Puru a couple of questions. I mean, Puru, you've been a part of, USCIS's Data Business Intelligence Services team, I believe, for over 8 years now. And in that time, you've been a critical part of their data transformation and modernization effort. Specific to governance and security, can you talk to us a bit about some of the challenges you've seen as CIS has modernized, centralized, and democratized their data and kind of begun to really offer data to stakeholders as a strategic asset via a centralized data platform? Oh, I think you're on mute, Puru.
Yeah, you're on.
Apologize. Thank you, first of all, Databricks and Kristen for opportunity to speak here. Yes, I'm Puru Shrestha. I've been with the USCIS this from the contracting side of the house, representing IBM. And yes, the key challenges we have is we have to implement a lot of custom solution. Ensuring data security require custom-built solutions tailored to specific needs, which were time-consuming and developed and maintained. These solutions often vary in the complexity and sometimes lack scalability across different data sets and team. Another challenge was multiple, our environment in AWS and managing multiple IAM role policy, permission, across different S3 bucket created significant operational overhead. Each iron has a different configuration to meet compliance and security permission, often leading to redundant roles and permissions. Another challenge is implementing separate cluster policy for accessing various data, secure added complexity, and team have to manage and update policies consistently, leading to the increased risk of misconfiguration or unintentional error. Data governance side, without unified access control mechanism, data governance relied on fragmented custom solution, making it difficult to enforce consistent security standard across the data platform. This fragmentation increased chance of error, slowed down, and overall governance process. The lack of central data governance across platform made it difficult to enforce unified policies for data classification, lineage, and auditing. This inconsistency often led to data silos, making it harder to maintain the views of data assets and ensure compliance. Implementing fine-grained access control required complex workaround to limit user access to a specific data, tables, things like that. This added complexity to managing access rule and limited ability to provide secure, flexible access based on user roles. So those are just a few challenges. On the data sharing side, Delta Share, we use open source Delta Share. Sharing data with the other agency department require manual process that were processed to delays and potential human error. Team had to manually configure access permission and ensure data was shared securely, which added the administrative burden. So data sharing system across platform led to inefficient in the daily operation, as each system requires its own sets of permission and configuration. It becomes challenging to ensure timely and secure data access, affecting overall productivity. So there are a lot of administrative burden also we face. These are the few challenges we'd like to highlight.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. As data continues to grow rapidly, right? The IAM policies, being able to govern data at scale and via a centralized kind of policy, right? A policy framework is critical. And if you don't have that, the problem kind of just continues to grow and grow. So that makes sense. And, it's funny, even with the data sharing piece, even though it was manual when you were doing open source Delta sharing, it's funny, you guys are still so far ahead of the game for sharing data across agencies. So thank you for highlighting that. Can you how did you solve it?
Sure. As we migrated to Unity Catalog as of May this year. So we are able to leverage Unity Catalog, offer a centralized security layer, eliminating the need for custom solution. It integrates seamless with enterprise security standard, providing unified, security management across the data sets. It streamlined role-based access control. It consolidates data permission across storage. So multiple, no IAM policy no longer required to secure data in a S3 or other storage. We were able to eliminate cluster policy that was, we have multiple IAM role that leads to a multiple cluster policy. So we're able to eliminate those. And the data governance side, UnityCatalog introduced unified access control, allowing seamless data governance. It provides fine-grained, as Katie talked earlier, across the control really to the tables, columns, rows, making it easy to apply policy across various platforms. It includes data lineage and audit capabilities, giving organization a complete view of data flow and usage. It improved compliance and ensure uniform data management across environment. Simplified fine-grained permission allow for precise access configuration based on role or attributes, reducing complexity previously needed for enforce such detailed controls. On the data sharing side, now delta sharing, it automates data sharing through a delta sharing UnityCatalog, like automating the delta sharing. It comes with the out of box, which eliminates a manual process. Data can be shared with the external partner in a real time without requiring additional data copies, and then it was seamless. With the centralized governance and automated sharing mechanism, it reduces operational complexity of managing data sharing permission across different systems. Hope I was able to give some feedback and answer on that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thank you. So it sounds like with UnityCatalog, you no longer have multiple management points, right, for your IAM and RBAC kind of management controls. You've added more automation into your secure data sharing initiatives for joint mission across other, whether it's DHS components or other, partner agencies. You're able now to do reliable data lineage, right, to ensure data integrity, which data integrity is critical because we want to keep our all of our data assets clean, right? We've eliminated the data swamp thing. You've added an easy button for auditing requirements and comprehensive activity tracking so that you can see that end-to-end data lineage. I think where this is going to be really key for all customers is not only in the reporting and in the dashboarding, right? Because you need to understand with confidence what's happening in your agencies, right? But as you move forward into predicting what's going to happen, right? What's driving the agencies, getting ahead of issues and challenges for response deployments. We see this at other components that are dealing with these horrible natural disasters that are affecting across the country. I think that data lineage, that data integrity piece that is kind of solved with UnityCatalog is going to be key to ensure that trustworthiness around AI and advanced reporting and machine learning. As whether it's USCIS continues to go down that path and invest in those kind of AI solutions, or other agencies or other companies as well. So thank you so much, Peru. That was awesome.
Welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh, I have
All right.
Carrie Moore. I'm kicking it back to you for the demo. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kristen. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm sure everybody wants to see it all in action. So we have that all teed up for you. So let me kick off a demo here. And we're going to start with something simple like I can do a Baltimore. I have the 911 data. So I can do a simple search and it'll able to find that table for me, but it can also provide tables, notebooks, and anything that happens to be in the marketplace or other. So I can go to this table here. And before I do that though too, I can show you the different catalogs. So this will be the customer demos here. You have the schemas below, and each level I have different permissions. So I could the grants, who has access to it, different workspaces, if they want to control which workspaces have access to that catalog. And then within each of the different schemas, I have the different tables that can also have their information associated with it. But not just tables, we also have volumes, which allows you to see information like before it's actually populated from the end function, from the data. So this will allow me to have any type of data files, whether they're CSV, JSON, image files, sound files. They can all be stored in our volumes. And functions too. So I could have functions that are now also secured and controlled within the schema for usage. And then models too. So I have the ability to add models and secure my models again within my Unity catalog and control who has permission to see those and use those models. As we talked about the Delta share, so we have Delta sharing. So in the Catalog Explorer, I can select to Delta sharing, and I can see the data that's shared by me or shared with me. And I can also see the recipients associated with those sharing files. This allows you to very easy to have your data managed by your ETL and processes, but sharing it externally to other, or even internally across a data mesh environment or across other organizations. We have the marketplace here. So the marketplace is, again, as we talked, a nice way to be able to share your data products or actually leverage data products from our partners and other people across. You can see like John Snow Labs that does a lot of healthcare. We have different product searches that you can find. We can find it by different providers like AccuWeather or Bloomberg, and then different categories of data. And then whether it's free, we also have this ability to create a private exchange, which means that you could have your own internal marketplace or your own internal marketplace for you and your sharing third parties. The next thing I want to show is the external connections. So we have many different ways to get data externally. Clean rooms, which will allow you to share data privately between two organizations. External data would be things like your different object stores. In this case, we're using the Azure Databricks, but you have the different locations that I can control and access to. And so I can actually control which catalog and which users can see these external locations. I do that all through the storage credentials. So I have a central storage credential share. And then with the with the Unity catalog permissions, that's how I can control who can access what across your different cloud objects. And then connections too. So I have the ability to create external data stores. I have this one created. This is an example of a MySQL connection, but you have very different connections like from ServiceNow, Hive, Metastore, Snowflake. The list continues to grow as we continue to integrate and provide more connection capabilities. That way, the data doesn't have to be in the lake for you to be able to use it. And this greatly expands the ability for users to centralize their data access, but also make it easier for users to find the data that they need. And they can use it together, even if it's not co-located yet in the lake. The next thing would be basically the catalog. So here we show the catalog from the locations. So I have that's the external locations. I want to go to the Catalog Explorer. Pardon me. So I can search for different things. I can find the data in my catalogs. Again, we showed the details, so who owns it, who created it, the permissions, and then the ability to control it within workspaces. So this way I could make a read-only copy of a data set that's in prod, make it read-only to dev, or I could also make it available as a read-only to a sandbox workspace. This way I can control which workspaces have access to which pieces of data. And again, we separate the data and the compute as well as your code across the organization. So we'll go back into the schemas again. So we have the schemas. These each have their own access permissions and details. This Baltimore table I have as one that I've been able to populate a lot of our different features from Unity Catalog. Right off the bat, you'll see the ability for the AI description build. So this again helps from the information in your column names, will help the users find stuff by being able to search for things that may not necessarily directly connect to the table's columns or table name. I can add comments. I can add tags. So this makes it easier for people to find that information. So is it finance data? Is it PII? Is it controlled? Is it part of the different use cases? All of these tags can be added to both the table and the columns, so it makes easier for people to find that data. I can also add fine-grained controls. So if I click on there, I can see that I have the ability to do an SSN mask. So this way I can say when the member is of human resources, then they can see the social security number, else it's just going to mask it. I can do the same with the table by adding a row filter here. So this can say like if the account group member of admin, that's true, then they can see the region of US. So you can control how users access the data by both row and column filters and masking. One of the things too, you'll see this was a great advance for Databricks. We had the introduction of our primary keys and foreign keys. And then we now have the ability to do something like an ERD, an entity relationship diagram. And so now users can understand and see how the tables are expected to join and what the columns are and the relationships to the underlying fact table. Obviously, you can see the sample data. You can see details of when the data was created, permissions again. And I can grant or revoke those permissions depending on what those privileges I want to provide. The history, so this is the ability to use your Delta to see actually as that data has been changed over time. And so I can actually use this to revert, say, to a previous version. And I can see how that data was also changed. So this will also show up in my audit logs as well. Lineage, again, different from the ERD and the relationships, this would show how the data was actually populated. So you can see each of the different tables that are the source tables from my data set and how they were populated or carried forward to my target fact table here. And then even with this, I can actually see the source and tables beyond the columns. So lineage just within the table. I could also see various things like notebooks, right? So any notebooks or code or workflows that went in to populate that data, I can actually trace it back and see which dashboards you're using, which queries are being run, which models are being sourced from that, and any other custom lineage that I could provide. We have insights. Insights is going to show you things like how is this data being used over time, what kind of queries, who's using it, what sort of things. And then if we were to go to the quality, we have a different set here. So the Lakehouse monitoring, we have this as, so I have this transaction table. I can set up the monitoring on this table. And I can actually see how this data is changing over time. We're going to provide default metrics that record the profiling, record various statistical measures about how that data is and how it changes over time. And I can always use a dashboard. So I can see this dashboard as we discussed, and I can see that dashboard. And then I can even put alerts on different metrics. So if I want to see things like in case my percent of nulls or zeros increases, I can be alerted and know about that before my end users have to come back to and ask me about that information. And lastly, we have our silver tables. Our system schema. So within our system schema is where you're going to find all of your lineage. I'm sorry, not lineage, yes, but also I'm going to get this system tables. And so this will provide lineage, access logs, column lineage. So table lineage would be what table to table, and this is the column to column. System is our catalog. And then you'll see that there are various schemas underneath that system catalog that provides there we go, provides the billing, compute resources, how it's used, any Hive metastore do you see, information schema. So how is that data captured and stored, both tables, columns, grants, and lineage again, marketplace, queries, serving, storage. So all of this information is stored and captured for you so that you can query it and understand from usage, cost, etc., through like things like billing. All right, well, that's all I was planning to cover today. I think we're going to switch back now and focus on Q&A. Oh, actually, take that back. We'll finish up a couple slides here. So we actually have been recognized by Gartner, both in the Magic Quadrant for database management systems. We've also been recognized by Forrester Wave, which is pretty much highlighted the data lakehouses. So they've started to track that as a trend. And you can see Databricks is, not surprisingly, as the coiner of the word lakehouse, is at the forefront of the category. We're also well utilized across the public sector as both federal. You can see all of the different organizations, both civilian, DoD, aerospace, logistics, and intelligence that are using our technology to help improve the lives of their customers and enhance their mission capability. And across the state and local and education as well. So state government, education, and local government. So lots of your folks are probably using our technology to help and maintain your water systems or your police systems, or even your health systems across your different state and local. And also really neat academic studies and research are occurring on our platform every day. So with that, we are now ready to take Q&A. So do we have any questions that we want to present live at this moment?
Hey, Carrie, absolutely. So looks like just kind of starting at the top here, says, is the data or just the metadata that is in one place? I think this is early on in your presentation. So maybe you can talk about how UnityCatalog controls for metadata and the actual data and the difference.
Yes, thanks for the asker of that question. That is a great distinction. Yes, what we're saying is we've co-located basically the metadata, the information about where that data is. As you saw, we had external locations, we had external connections, and then even the delta shares for things that I might be receiving. I could have even brought in information from some of my marketplace providers. Really, the benefit of a Unity catalog is that place to centrally control, manage, and find that data wherever it resides.
Thanks, Carrie. Another question. So this is kind of answered in the chat, but I think it's worth touching on. Question was, how can Databricks help with organizing and providing data to external agency partners? So I think it's really tapping on the open source Delta sharing. Maybe you could drill down into that.
Sure, and I think as Kristen highlighted with USCIS, they share data within the organization. So that a lot of people discuss data mesh, they discuss data fabric. Really what it is being able to create and produce data products that you can then share in a controlled way to organizations internally and externally. So Delta sharing provides an ability, it's an open source capability that allows you to share that data within users without them having to be a Databricks customer. So we have lots of Delta sharing partners, UI tools. You can use it with like Jupyter or Python notebooks. You can use it with Excel. Lots of different capabilities leverage the Delta sharing capability to be able to ingest that data and use it without actually having to model or create that data or even import it with an ETL tool. The other neat feature of that is that the provider does not pay for the compute of that access. Actually, the consumer of that data pays for the compute, which is usually very helpful, especially when you're trying to track budgets from different organizations leveraging your shared data.
Yeah, I think so. We've seen this just be a really big win across our customer base, federal, public sector, or not, right? In reality, if you move data from one place to another, if you copy it, right, your data is now stale, right? So with Delta sharing, be able to provide access to the data, it allows your partner agency, partner, mission partner to have access to real-time data. And should policy change, should, you know, the scope of the program or the project change, shutting down that access can be done immediately, right? So it's a very convenient and you know, a foundational way of sharing data for joint mission without having to cause downstream data integrity problems or, you know, security problems should, you know, policies change.
That's great. Do we have another one?
Sure. Yeah, and this is getting to the recently announced open sourcing of Unity Catalog at the summit. And the question is, how can I implement Unity Catalog as an open source in non-Databricks environments? So like within Azure ecosystems, it would be great if you can share some references or examples.
Right. So open sourcing the Unity catalog basically says we have have open sourced the code and the APIs for you to be able to implement that. That means also, though, that somebody has to integrate with the APIs. So basically, your compute has to leverage the APIs, and you're also the way that you're sourcing or sharing that data leverages that. The big benefit is that organizations like DuckDB and some other ones are able to incorporate those APIs in that catalog and also be able to interact with our catalog without having to redevelop this idea, the concept of Unity Catalog. So we leverage it for our compute and within our Unity Catalog, but it's not necessarily something, well, it's basically something that you can leverage to start to implement or interact with the Unity Catalog, given that it's an open source tool set.
Thank you, Carrie. Just trying to catch up to the questions here. This may be more for Puru. How did you measure the improvement in data observability after implementing Unity Catalog?
So first of all, like as Carrie was showing in the system catalog, that has different tables, and it's automatic by default captures all the actions or everything done within the Unity catalog. So we can get all the insight. There is audit tables, there is a lineage table, there is a billing table, there is a cluster compute. All those things are by default is captured. So with that, like we can see everything, what is happening within the Unity catalog. So, and we are able to now like create a multiple custom dashboard within the SQL warehouse so that we can, you know, who, when, who, what, all those answer, to get all those answer, what user is like this specific user is doing between this and this, we can see what command this user is using, or what table is accessing, or what action is performing. So all the observability is captured within the system catalog. Hopefully that answers, and probably Carrie can provide more in depth about that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Puru. Some question on cost metrics. Can you show some of the UC functionality around cost metrics? Can we get a cost per query or job run?
So yes, so let me switch gears here a little quick, and I'll demo the cost dashboard. It'll take me a couple seconds if you want to ask another question here.
Sure. What are the security requirements for clean rooms?
So both customers will have to be Databricks customers, and they will have to have, effectively, it's a data use agreement, but you're establishing a joint session in the clean room. So there's two participants, and basically they have access to the data, but they can't see the data, but they can interact and join the data and produce results dependent on the agreement. All right, I've almost got it up. All right, can share again. How about another question while we're waiting?
Sure, this gets into infrastructure as code. So all these controls and permissions, I'm assuming, can be maintained through Terraform pipeline and not done manually in Databricks console. So I'm not sure if this is asking, can you configure your permissions, your asset permissions through an infrastructure as code tool such as Terraform?
Oh, absolutely. We support Terraform, Azure Resource Management, as well as CloudFormation. We have several templates out there in GitHub that will help users both understand the provider, but also extract information out of Databricks, and then also build the necessary components of your cloud, whether it's the VNet, VPC, subnets, the different access controls through IAM, different private links and whitelists. So all of that can be basically created for you in the Terraform and implemented using the Terraform provider for Databricks, as well as using Terraform within your cloud provider as well. And all of that can actually be stored as code in your GitHub repo or your repository of choice, and be able to manage those environments. So a lot of folks use that for something like a security template. So how does there's a blessed security template for deploying Databricks. So maybe keep going here.
Sure, I'll ask this of Puru while you're bringing that up. Had a question directed to Puru. What are the top 3 challenges having adapting data governance policies for large organizations like you, and what are your recommendations to address those? That may have been covered already in your slides.
Again, I'm sorry, what was the question again?
This is for Puru.
Oh, Puru, good.
Yep.
Sure. Well, we always follow good practices. So all the access permission we group on the group level, not on the individual level, but the more on the group level. Sorry, could you repeat your question? Sorry, I lost the original question.
Sure, Puru. So just grab it again. I think it's just expanding on your slides. Says, what are the top 3 challenges having adapted data governance policies for large organizations like your own? And what are your recommendations to address those top challenges?
So in terms of governance, of course, when you implement probably we generally use a group level policy so that not an individual level. That's one of the recommendation we would like to. And there are several, like if you are creating different data sets and we have a different product owner, so you can like segregate those based on the different catalog, things like that. If we have to do over again, we would do it that way, but you know, and you can create the specific to a different business domain or a specific mission related, like a catalog. So you can segregate those one, and then you can also leverage like a catalog admin level so that you can delegate your responsibility to the data owner. Basically, you can make a catalog owner, and the data owner becomes they can grant those permissions. So those are a few things like we like to highlight and then recommend.
Thanks, Puru.
So my demo is busted, but I can show some things here for now, basically through the documentation. Here, let me share screen again. Apologize, it's one of those things when you're using the shared environment. But this is our account page. So when you go and establish a Databricks account, you'll see that you have the workspaces, the catalog, and this is the usage button here. So I can see with the new dashboard, which is currently not rendering at the moment. I'm sorry for that. But we have also just recently introduced budgets. And so with budgets, you'll actually be able to control by expense and other types of information, control what users are able to access, and give yourself alerts if you're going to over or underutilize your budgets and expense and compute across the Databricks platform. And then this is the consumption dashboard, which is now legacy, but you can see by dollars, and then the types of information, basically what's the different type of use, how much is being expended by workspace. And then the catalog that we've just recently released this new dashboard, which is what I wanted to show you. But you can see and filter by the start and end date and by workspaces. You can see different billing groups and organizations that are using that data and see the graph and who's using it across time. You can actually see things about the usage dollars over past periods, the change, increase, and decrease. You can also add in things and information about tags. So if I want to see what users I'm being able to tag and control that usage, I can actually see the resources by tag as well as just organization. And actually, I saw a really interesting question here. Yeah, so if you wanted to go give me another one.
Yeah, I saw, see, I did not see Unity connectivity for enterprise resource planning solutions such as SAP. Can you confirm support for SAP and Unity? So probably get into the Lakeflow and ingestion capabilities.
Yeah, we have several customers who use SAP. They're not using it through a direct connect. Usually they'll have some type of capability like either their Azure Data Factory or their data migration services in AWS. We've also been rolling out different connect capabilities. We have for a list for Postgres, MySQL, Workday, Salesforce, SQL Server. So all of those pieces are going to come and roll out over time. But just because we don't have that direct connect into the service itself doesn't mean that you can ingest that data using workflows into the Delta environment and then leverage it with Unity Catalog in an analytic way. The one I wanted to highlight, somebody asked about Apache Iceberg. So yeah, we did acquire Tabular, And so Tabular was the open source management, I guess, service provider for Apache Iceberg. They're the Apache Iceberg experts. We're working with them to help expand the coverage of Unity Catalog to interact with Iceberg, but also to be able to bring together and start to conform the different technologies so that actually that there's no difference between the capabilities. There's some really good stuff about Iceberg, and there's some really great stuff about Delta. And so we want to make sure that we get the best from all those open source technologies so that you don't have to choose how you want to store your data. Just store it in an open source format, and we will support it. Have any other thoughts, Brendan?
I think we're at time now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Saved by the bell. Okay, well, great questions. It's been a fantastic interaction. Thank you so much.